Well, today is going to be a mix and match day. I'm going to be working on kind of polishing this up because it looks like it is going to be raining in just a few minutes. So I'm going to try and do stuff that's inside. I'm going to try and work a little bit on the boat without getting too many tools out, because when it starts raining, I can start working on this, as well as I want to try something on this real quick before I get going in here. This is all looking real good from yesterday when we got it all cleaned out, but I want to try some of these better boat erasers that I have. It's basically like a magic eraser, but let me try these. I want to see if these will get this like pink mold nastiness off. And yeah, if I can, then I'll go ahead and wipe this whole console out and get that just knocked out. And I can pop this off. This is protecting the horn, but that way I can get to these screws here, pop this off so I can get to the speakers. To get the speakers out, I'm gonna pull that thing out, and then that way we can get to where we can run our wires for our amp and all that, depending again on whether or not the rain will hold off or not. Hey, quick reminder for those of you that missed it, while we restore this Boston Whaler 220 Dauntless, you can get 25% off any BAB shirt or buff while supplies last at bornagainboatingshop.com. Now, realistically, this is wide open down here, so running our wires are gonna be actually pretty easy. They just go up there and pull them right through. There's a string there I can use. So whenever it comes to our steering hoses, because they come over, right? They come over there right here, they come to this side, and then they go up right here. So moving our pump to like put it right here, not gonna be that big a deal. I do want to get a different magic eraser and see if I can get this stuff out of the fabric. I mean, this is all grease and like, I mean, I don't know if I would call it mold because the bleach didn't take it out. So I would call it grease or some other kind of stain that's in the fabric. But getting it out, hopefully that magic eraser will be a little bit better, but we'll see. I mean, other than that, I mean, it's fairly clean in here, at least where we can work and kind of get stuff straightened out. Working in here is actually pretty easy too. I do want to straighten that up where that control box is, and you can see the light through there, so it does leak a little bit, so I might be able to kind of clean this up and make it to where it doesn't leak as much. But obviously these hoses need to get back on our cup holders so those aren't just leaking water in here. And yeah, all this is going to get straightened up. A lot of this wire is just going to go away. I don't even know. I think these are transducer wires or something. One of them is going to be the VHF, so we'll get rid of that. Actually, I got two. What is this? This wire, I don't know what that was attached to, but that is our VHF, or not our VHF, but our FM, AM, FM radio wire. I don't know what that attached to. Maybe there was some sort of antenna in here internally. I mean, I ordered an antenna, so that's not gonna be a big deal, but yeah, going through this again, I can't get distracted and get caught up into all this today. Today I just want to, like I said, get the steering cylinders and the dash put in. So I'm gonna maybe even run this wire for the amp and all that. At least I know where it's gonna go. Amp's gonna go right here, boom. I'll probably just screw a hole in this, put a clamshell over it so all my wires can go in through this, because this is really thin piece here, and access down there is not bad at all. All right, so I do have the certs for these, so I went ahead and I've taken out the screws that I have here. So hopefully these aren't through bolted. I can pull these out, pull those out, because as you can see, like, I can't even move this one, and this one's all bent and twisted. So I want to pull these off and kind of see if I can straighten up the ones I can straighten up, clean them up. Like this one, like that one won't even close. So let me pull these off, and then that way I can kind of figure out if I need to get new ones or not, and how many new ones I'm going to need, as well as how many bolts I'm going to need now that I have my zerts. I can maybe even get this compartment put into place. So I was able to go to Marine Max in Almirada, and I got all of these that I need for the compartments. But now, so this one came off of the back hatch, right? And then these came off of the front hatch. This, I have no idea where I got this from. I think I pulled this off the boat, but I don't know where. This is completely different. This is more like a pan head or a truss head. These are like called binding screws or barrel nuts or something like that. But look at this screw. So like, look how much longer that thing is than that one, and then even more than this one, because this one in the back was even shorter. So I don't know where I got this. It came off the boat, it came off from somewhere, so as I put it together I'll be able to figure out where I got that. I don't really know. But now that I've got these, I've got 3, 6, 9, so I need 3 more screws for the front, and then I need 2 more of these screws, which are these like shorter, just a little bit shorter than these. They go in the front. So let me find these screws, go through these hinges, and then I'll be able to kind of put it back together. I don't know, I might not, I can't even move this one, so I might not be able to save this. This might, I think this is bent. I don't think this is necessarily just a rust issue. I think this thing is, it's bent. So I might not be able to save this one. Okay, this one's good to go. This one, yeah, look at that thing is twisted. I don't think I'll be able to twist that back. Same thing for this one. You can see it's twisted out. So I don't think I can, oh, and it's rusted shut. I don't know if I can save those. I might have to go and get, I might as well get 4. I mean, this will clean up. I can clean up this metal, but I don't know if I could straighten these out. I'll try to straighten them out. If not, then I got to go find these before I can put this thing back together. Okay, it's starting to look real good. I got this sanded down real good, but you can see, I don't know if you can see it in the camera. You see, oh, there you go. See all those spots? And down here, where I got it nice and smooth, you can see a couple spots that I need to hit up, but like up there, all that needs to be hit. But down here, you can see there's only a couple spots left, so all I did was take some 1000 sandpaper, 1000 grit, soapy water. I found some body wash, that's all it is. Spray it on there and just kind of sand it down. Once I get it all black and smooth, you don't want to go through the black, you know, we don't want to take our paint off, but once we get all of this smooth and get rid of all of these, then we can clear coat this, and then that is what's going to make this thing super shiny. And we can or I mean, I could also paint it one more time with that shiny black and then clear coat it. Actually, looking there, a couple spots, I might have to spray this one more time with a black, but at least that'll get rid of a lot of that orange peel look. That's all that we're trying to do, is get rid of that orange peel look. Okay, got her all sanded. I hit it with a 400 grit, a couple spots there, but I wet sanded it with the 400 grit so that way paint will stick to it. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this one more time because you can see I burned through a little bit on the edge there. So I'll hit this one more time with the black, and then we'll clear coat it, and then we will be able to polish this thing and put it back on the boat, and it should be looking shiny and smooth. Okay, so I need to, before I paint this, I need to go get some tack cloth so I can clean it off. If you see, like you see all those fuzzies, I have to get all those off, because if I was to spray this right now, like you see all that, look at those fuzzies. If I was to spray it now, it would look terrible because you'd be able to see all those little fuzzy areas. So I need to get a tack cloth to wipe that off before putting the paint on there. I'll go get the on-off, and I'll put it on a rag, kind of wipe a lot of this metal off. Cut these things off because those are clearly all stripped and jacked up because they're rusted into these metal brackets, so those are going to have to get cut off. So I'll cut those off and then be able to wipe all this down with the on-off. Then I want to wet sand. I'm going to get rid of these cup holders too while I'm here, even though I got some of my stuff in there, but just to get all these stains off of here. I'm going to go ahead and pull these, throw them away, because when you touch them, everything gets black, so those are going away. Clean, wet sand this, and these, so that way these components can get put in. While I'm here, I might as well take out this lanyard. I'm gonna put a new lanyard switch in there. New key switch is going in there, so if I can get this kind of wet, I get the steering wheel off of here and get this wet sanded and compounded today, that would be really slick, so all this stuff can go in the boat later. Okay, I got the steering wheel off, I got the lanyard out, I got the 2 cup holders out. I didn't cut these out yet, I still need to do that, but ooh, I need to pull that off too, just to make it easier. But now I can take some on off. I don't have any goof off, and then that should just, I'm just gonna put it on a rag, wipe it on there, and now you can wipe all that off, and it'll take all that rust, all that stuff, it'll remove all of that, and then once I get all that off, then I can wet sand all this. This right here, not sure if I'll be able to get, I need to scrape this off or something, same thing with that. We'll see what happens. I got to get that off and get these off, so that way when I wet sand it, it'll all look the same color. But yeah, let me get the stuff off and then we'll wet sand it. Well, this is the problem with these kinds of tasks, is that they get kind of addicting. So you see all this, you get this, it just wipes right off. So really I'm supposed to be working on the dash, but I started wiping down the metal, and yeah, I just kept going. So I need to stop this because I'm going to do this at a later time, at a different date. I just got distracted. And as you can see, this is amazing, because this all came back, and then now I just need to get that Colonite metal wax and polish this out, and this thing will be looking beautiful. Same thing for the rub rail. Come over here on the rub rail, give it a little bit of love. Oh yeah, look at that, it looks amazing. So I need to stop doing this though and get back to my dash. Got it all pretty much ready to go. I haven't figured out what to do with the sticker area here yet, but I went ahead and wiped down my steering wheel as well. This is just a used one that I had. I'll put that on, and yeah, now I'm just wet sand all this, so that way those cup holders can go in. Ooh, I didn't do this. Hello. Hello, lovely. Obviously it'll still need to be polished, but yeah, that's gonna be pretty. Look at that, look how clean that looks now. And then once you polish it up, it looks beautiful. But okay, got all my rust off there. Now I'm going to start wet sanding all of this and work on this sticker situation. That way I can get my little polisher out, I can wet sand this, compound it, or cut it, then compound it, then polish it, and then I'll be able to stick all these components in without having to worry about redoing all this situation. Okay, this is starting to look really good, but I have one problem, and I mean this sticker, these stickers, that one, getting that off, getting that off. I need to probably use some chemical, but look here. Look at how thin this gel coat is. I can barely even work it in some like places because of how thin that is. You can see through it. You see those black bubbles and all that. That is an issue, so I got to be very careful when we're going over this. But I did not realize how thin that gel coat is. I mean, it, like, you could barely even touch it around these corners. I mean, you can see, look at that, all that black stuff. That's wearing through the gel coat. So got to be super careful when doing that. Now as far as getting these stickers off, I'm probably gonna need to get some kind of a chemical or something to try and get that off. But other than that, this is starting to look really good. I can probably actually polish all this. I don't think I'm gonna work this any harder because I'm just gonna go through the gel coat and it's gonna look like just look terrible. This side looks real clean, all that looks real clean. I can polish all that and that'll look beautiful. I'm just gonna kind of work, you know, the top section. I'm not going to really compound any of that around there. Just want to get this done so that way I can put all my electronics and cup holders and all that stuff into place and not have to worry about wet sanding around it later on, even though I'll have to do this top half. But you know, I'm less worried about that because I've got a situation up here we're putting the new GPS, so all that's got to come off and I've got to figure out, you know, how that bracket's going to cover that. So I'm going to maybe work this, see what, you know, like clean this all off, go get some chemicals, see if I can get that cleaned off, wipe it all down, and then I will be able to just do a heavy cut, then a polish on it. Go ahead and try the eraser wheel here. We'll hit this with that, see if that can do anything to the sticker. If not, we'll have to go get some adhesive remover. Well, I think all I really did was burn the gel coat with that eraser. That did not work the way I wanted it to, so you got to be careful doing that. There's still like a there's still a sticker there. I needed an adhesive remover to get that off. Same thing up here. You can see, I mean, you can barely see it, but there is still an adhesive on there. So I need to get some kind of a chemical to get that off, and maybe I can use some on off to get this burn off. But I think all I did was just burn the gel coat, which that's wonderful. So I have to fix that before I can compound any of this. Otherwise I'm just, you know, yeah, I need to get that off first. This one came off for the most part pretty well, and it looks like there's still like a little bit of stuff on there, but for the most part it looks really clean. I mean, it's rough. That looks bad. That looks real bad though. So let me work on that situation. I need to go and get the adhesive remover so that way we can start polishing. The eraser wheel I just burned into the gel coat, so that's going to look terrible. Other than that, this is all ready to start compounding on there. And this one I was ready to put on, but I guess someone thought it'd be funny to put that on some rust and get a bunch of junk in there. So now I need to clean this out, and yeah, then I can put that on the boat. And I got all of my screws for the hatches in the back. These, I am still looking for these. These are the only ones that ooh, that one's bad too. Look how bent that thing is. So I'm actually going to need more than that. I need actually 4. I need 4 of those. Again, I have no idea where I got this one, and I have also ordered hinges. So got new hinges coming, and that is going to be it for today.